Most of the things on today's list are stuff that might cut you right to the core. And I'm not talking about buying a used car instead of a brand new car. Instead, these are common things that affect our day-to-day expenses, and in the long term, our monthly budgets. On the bright side, there are solutions to cutting down or even eliminating these completely. To your surprise, you may be wasting money in extremely common but often overlooked ways. And if not careful, these little things could add up quickly. So, here are 12 things people waste money on. 1. Single-use kitchen appliances. Most of us are guilty of this, and if you take the time to look around your kitchen, you'll find plenty of cabinet-hogging single-use appliances. Home goods stores don't make things easier, because they tend to tempt people with their catalog of single-use kitchen appliances. Most of the selling point for such products is their ability to provide convenience and save on time. For example, a potato peeler comes in handy while peeling potatoes, but you can do better than that. The best thing is to look towards investing in multi-purpose appliances. However, sometimes single-use equipment makes sense. For example, a stand mixer could be a good investment if you bake often. You can give it more uses with additional add-ons, but don't spend a ton of money on a different appliance your stand mixer can handle. 2. Pricey personal care products. It's really easy to justify spending way too much money on personal care products. But do you really need 3 different types of lotion, 10 hair products, and a drawer filled with grooming ointments you hardly use? As much as you may think of yourself as a savvier consumer, chances are you're still spending way too much money on chemical-filled junk. Toxic stuff to slather on our faces and bodies in the hopes that it will fix fine lines from our skin or brighten our complexions. The idea that something foreign to your body could do this is alarming. I mean, don't you ever wonder what long-term effects they leave behind? If you take the time to carefully examine the ingredients in these products, you'll end up recognizing maybe 4 or 5 of them without using a search engine. Try keeping things simple and opt for products with less ingredients that you can actually pronounce. Find products you like that suit your routine and stick with a handful of the affordable options. Every time you get the urge to add more products to your routine, question how significant the change would be if you did so, or if you're just changing for the sake of change. 3. Unnecessary cable, internet, and phone service. Most people find themselves wasting time studying their cable, internet, and phone bills. All the time. It's amazing how much you get charged for stuff. Who even uses cable anymore when there's plenty of free HD TV? In reality, cable can be quite expensive. You're not only charged for the entertainment, but the equipment too. The digital video recorder service, the remote control, and you pay more to get high definition. Super savvy millennials and tech whizzes might be the only ones who seem ready to cut the cord on cable without sacrificing some of their favorite shows. But thanks to streaming services, people get to enjoy cheaper options at great quality. Same applies to internet services. Sometimes you end up purchasing more than you need. Unless you work from home or use the internet frequently, it makes no sense purchasing the most expensive bundle from your provider. Phone services are often also overlooked because as long as we can make the calls and surf the internet, everything else is history. You may come to find that you do not fully utilize your full monthly subscription and end up losing some money in the end. 4. Expensive coffee. I know of someone who complains about never having money, yet they go to Starbucks every single day and buy a latte. Most of these coffee shops are great for their ambiance and offer a relaxing atmosphere, but aesthetics don't come cheap. If you have a bad habit of grabbing a coffee daily from such establishments, you're wasting hundreds or even thousands of dollars a year. If you love coffee that much, maybe you should invest in a decent coffee maker and make the coffee yourself to save big bucks over time. A lot of coffee machines now have the ability to preset your brew. This means you can program it the night before to start brewing your coffee before you even wake up. So you can't claim it's too much work anymore. If you feel like you can't stay away from that Starbucks type of fix, consider getting gift cards. Swagbucks can help you out. Just take the surveys, watch the videos, or use their shopping site when buying online, and you'll soon be sipping some free coffee too. If you guys are enjoying the video so far, do me a huge favor and kindly give this video a thumbs up. If you did, thank you so much for your support. And now, let's continue learning. 5. Household repairs and odd jobs. Becoming a fix-it-Phil or Bob the Builder is the last thing you'd admire, but in the end, we tend to have extra help that we may not even need. The idea here is to do as much as you can around the house, to save money on call-out fees and charges. Before you embark on opening up your electrical appliances to fix them because you're cutting down on repair costs, what I mean is that you can cater to stuff you can actually handle. Always Google any issue first and see if you can do it yourself. If you do have to use a professional, see if you can save money by sourcing the materials yourself. Sites like YouTube offer great resources that have visual step-by-step guides that could help you. Also, cleaning tasks around your home can be handled if you create a plan for it, instead of hiring cleaning help. However, if you have a busy schedule, do get that extra help to avoid living in filth. 6. In-game purchases. Okay, at some point we've faced this dilemma, especially with addictive games such as Candy Crush. I know how hard this habit is to break if your devices are spammed with such games, and they seem to be the only reasonable pastime. However, those $1 or $5 purchases here and there will add up, and you'll suddenly be looking at your bank statement with a whole lot of shame and regret. Try opting in for the free versions and enjoy it for a period of time without having the urge to upgrade for playtime hours. To avoid falling into this trap, remove your credit card info from any sites or apps where you play games. If you're committed to the game and really eager to move to the next levels without spending a dime, consider Googling online for some tips. You just might be lucky. 7. Pre-sliced or individually packed anything. Your pre-cut meat and cheese sounds like a great deal because they require less effort when it comes to preparation, but it's likely they're costing you way more than if you just bought these foods whole and cut them yourself. Grocery stores are culprits for packing already prepared foods for you, and there's always a catch. They know that a lazy person would go for that option without considering the extra money paid for it. If you were to do a price comparison, individually packaged food in general is usually more expensive than making something similar yourself. For example, you could try making a homemade snack bar using bulk ingredients. You'll come to find that you'll spend the same amount, but end up having more to go around. The takeaway? Try to cook yourself or make things from scratch. You can save money this way. 8. Bottled water. No matter how justifiable you may try to make this sound, bottled water can be expensive in the long run. Not only that, it's also very harmful to the environment because most companies use plastic bottles. If you care for the environment, or at least your finances, consider purchasing a filtering system to always enjoy filtered water. You can also invest in 1 or 2 reusable water bottles. The best tip is to always ensure you've carried enough water on your way out, and only resort to plastic bottled water if no other solution is available. 9. Buying brand name products. There's loyalty to a particular brand because of the value or quality, and then there's following the wave. It's understandable if you grew up using particular brands around the house, but there are plenty of other options available that offer similar quality at almost half the price. Store and generic brands have to be one of the most underused ways to save money across a range of products. From food to skincare to over-the-counter medicine, chances are your local grocery or drugstore has a store brand for them or sells a generic version. If you don't believe me, go the extra mile to check the labels. You'll see that the ingredients are pretty much the same, and there's no reason to keep on spending money on big brand names. Also, when it comes to prescriptions, using the generic version of your medicine may be scary at first, but like I said, the components are usually the same. The only difference is the brand name. They tend to work the same and can save you tons of cash if you have a high copay. 10. Extended warranties. Did you know that electronics retailers and other stores make a fortune on extended warranty contracts? How is it okay to spend $39.95 to add 1 year onto a warranty for something that costs $150? For the most part, there's no need to pay extra for an extended warranty, but there are some services that probably make sense, like Apple Care for a phone. While none of us wants to spend $150 to replace or repair something that breaks, we could if we had to, or we could go without. Keep receipts so you can access your regular return policy and warranty for any large items. Look to insure only those things that are vital, e.g. home, life, health, auto, and anything important, and that you cannot afford to replace. Plus, many credit cards offer extended warranties for free. Just say no to extended warranties. 11. Bank fees. Banks are gentle robbers. They do it in plain sight, and you just don't see it. Similar to ATM surcharges, bank fees are literally costs incurred to access your own money by banks that are already making interest on your money. It's honestly absurd. Some of the most common bank fees include overdraft charges, account service charges, credit card annual fees, and more. The best way to beat around these charges is to shop around for a cheaper bank. Credit unions and online banks are often the best option to save on regular checking account fees. 12. Buying a snack at the gas station every now and then. The quotation marks are there because every now and then usually means you just don't keep track of all the little snack purchases you make on the go. All those cans of soda and cookies you pick up when you're filling up the tank or making a stop at the drugstore add up. The best way to save yourself some money is by making a rule for tracking the snack purchases and allocating a small monthly allowance for them. If you feel like the habit is getting out of hand, consider carrying snacks and a drink on your way out from the house to avoid unplanned purchases. So are you guilty of any of these? Let us know with a comment down below. Well folks, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a like. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to make sure you subscribe for more content like this. With that said, have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one.